Hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share a heartwarming story with you titled, The Cozy Cushion Club, Teddy's Relaxation Adventure. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Of course, if it's not your style, feel free to skip it, no hard feelings. Now, let's begin the story. On a sunny afternoon, Teddy, the fluffy little dog with the curious nose and slightly oversized ears, made the greatest discovery of his week, the giant cushion in the living room. To most humans, it was just an ordinary soft dog bed stuffed with cotton. But to Teddy, it looked like a cloud had fallen from the sky and decided to settle on the floor. With a wag of his tail and a small bounce, Teddy climbed onto the cushion, sinking into its softness like butter on warm toast. Not long after, two of his dog friends, Bella, the sassy little beagle, and Max, the calm golden retriever, wandered into the room. Their noses twitched at the inviting scent of comfort, and their eyes locked on Teddy, who was already sprawled across the cushion with the proud expression of a king on his throne. "Excuse me," Bella barked softly, "but did you really think you could keep this treasure all to yourself?" Teddy, with a playful grin, rolled over to make some space. Max, being the biggest, flopped down first, instantly squishing both Teddy and Bella into the folds of fluff. And just like that, the Cozy Cushion Club was born. Sharing the cushion, however, was not as simple as it sounded. Teddy, being the smallest of the three, often got squashed between Max's golden fluff and Bella's determined stretching. Bella insisted on claiming the middle spot, declaring it the warmest place with the best pillow position. Max, who believed in peace and equality, didn't mind where he lay, though he secretly enjoyed stretching across the entire cushion like a giant loaf of bread. Teddy, of course, tried to find clever ways to secure his own comfort. Sometimes, he would sneak under Max's paw and pretend he was invisible, curling up into a tiny ball. Other times, he would slowly wiggle into Bella's side, giving her his best puppy eyes of guilt until she reluctantly shifted an inch. But the most hilarious moment came when Teddy decided to stretch out dramatically, pretending he was too tired to move. Max yawned, Bella sighed, and somehow, after much rolling, adjusting, and a little friendly barking, all three of them managed to fit in like puzzle pieces. The cushion now looked less like a fluffy cloud and more like a crowded train seat at rush hour, but the three dogs didn't mind. Finally, after the negotiations, the trio settled into their cozy positions. Max snored gently, Bella twitched her nose as if chasing imaginary squirrels, and Teddy lay in the middle, his tail wagging slowly in dreamland. To an outsider, it might have looked chaotic, a jumble of fur, paws, and ears, but for them, it was pure happiness. As they drifted deeper into sleep, something magical happened. They all started dreaming together. In their dream, the cushion turned into a flying carpet, carrying them across fields of bones, rivers of kibble, and endless toy squeakers. Teddy barked with joy as the cushion soared higher. Bella declared herself the captain of the skyship, and Max calmly enjoyed the ride, like a wise golden pilot. The dream ended with all three landing safely back on the living room floor, just as their human peeked in to check on them. The sight was enough to melt any heart. Three dogs cuddled up, sharing one cushion, reminding everyone that happiness isn't about having the most space or the fluffiest bed. It's about warmth, friendship, and knowing you belong together. Teddy may have discovered the cushion first, but he learned something even more important that day. Life feels softer when it's shared. In real life, Teddy and his friends sharing a cushion is a gentle reminder of how we humans also navigate shared spaces and relationships. At work, at home, or even in society, we often find ourselves negotiating comfort, space, and priorities with others. Just like Teddy, Bella, and Max, we sometimes want the best spot for ourselves. But true harmony comes when we learn to adjust, compromise, and appreciate togetherness. Modern life often pushes us toward competition, wanting more recognition, more success, or more material things. But real contentment often lies in the small, shared moments of connection. Teddy's cushion became more than a bed. It became a symbol of unity and warmth. In the same way, our homes, workplaces, or communities can become softer and more joyful when we choose cooperation over rivalry. Instead of stretching ourselves to take all the space, we can make room for others, because comfort grows when it is shared. The advice we can take from this story is simple yet powerful. Don't chase happiness alone. Invite others to share your journey, create bonds, and find peace in togetherness. Life, like Teddy's cushion, feels a lot cozier when we choose connection over isolation.